Hello everyone, welcome to Big Talk on Global Television. Let's begin with the fact that in Edo State, in preparation to the election, a faction within the Obedient movement in Edo has announced the endorsement of Senator Monday Okpeholo, the APC candidate. Members from the Edo South Senatorial District cited the deep community roots as their motivation for supporting him. The Edo State Labour Party condemned these endorsements, arguing that it is contradictory for the members of the Obedient movement to back opposition. That is coming from Edo State. Away from that, let's take a look at what is already playing out at the House of Representatives earlier today. A Nigerian lawmaker accusing the Deputy Speaker of bias against first-term members, leading to a dramatic walkout during a House of Representatives session. The incident allied tensions between new and established legislators, raising questions about inclusivity and representation in Nigeria's parliament. In a dramatic turn of events, the Nigerian House of Representatives witnessed a heated confrontation earlier today when a member accused the Deputy Speaker of discriminating against the first-time lawmakers. That's from the National Assembly. But tonight on the program on Big Talk, we'll be looking at the NLC rift with the Labour Party. It seems all is not well with the Labour Party regarding the chairmanship position. Last week, the NLC led delegations of some supporters to the NLC headquarters, mandating that Abure should vacate from the seat as the tenure has actually expired. But we've had area where what was marred with a lot of actions played out and dramatic scene where resistance from the Abure's camp to the NLC. Some of these were a kind of an issue played out right there, where we've also waited to confirm what may be the resolving end to all of this issue. Even as NLC went ahead to set up a committee to start preparing for the national convention for yet another fresh election in Labour Party. We'll be spotlighting these rifts within the NLC and Labour Party on the program. The National Secretary of Labour Party joins us live here on the program to look at these issues and give us a better understanding of what is really playing out in Labour Party. And of course, the intervention of NLC and the involvement of NLC in all of these matters. Now, the National Secretary of Labour Party
Transition Committee.
And the Transition Committee of the Labour Party Transition Committee, our Secretary of the Transition Committee is live here on the program to add voice to this conversation. Thanks so much, Comrade, for finding time to identify with us. We deeply appreciate.
Thank you. It's a big pleasure.
Thank you.
To be part of you.
All right. Let's begin with next week. We saw the visuals we played out there. It was what we captured from the NLC headquarters. And this was dramatic because many Nigerians are expecting more from Labour. But from what we're seeing, it seems there is a mismanagement of an affairs or whatever you may be able to term that played out. Is it that Abure sponsored some attacks on NLC, or was it NLC attacking Abure? Was it an ambushing? What led to that played out of drama last week at the headquarters?
Well, you said it all. That's Abure's hiring of thugs against NLC. Transition Committee. What really happened is that the people that came there are not NLC. That is Labour Party Transition Committee. Yes, they decided to hold a program at the party office. But when we came there, we realized that the Abure Working Committee already hired thugs, and they were resisting us entrance. You saw it, the door was locked. We are not allowed entrance. Being law-abiding people, we went there, we invited the police so that the world will know that we did not go there to make trouble. But you see, from what you have seen from that clips, people inside the premises, they were throwing petrol bomb on us, attacking us. If we meant to go and cause violence or fight them, probably we wouldn't have invited the police, we wouldn't have invited pressmen, and definitely would have overwhelmed them because of our population. And when we now realized that our national leader was there, he came out and pleaded with us. being also law-abiding people and we believe in doing things according to procedure, we have respect. So we decided to respect him. That's why we'll back down. So whatever you saw there is a reaction of what Abure Stocks did to us on that day. That's what really happened.
I mean, one may begin to look at the fact that Abure, accidentally find his way in to be the chairman of Labour. I mean, this is someone we know due to what really played out in the chairmanship position. That's how he came on board. Talk about how Abure came on board. Talk about this issue of Apapa, who was a rival to Abure. But suddenly it seems they're now eating from the same plate politically. Is it this to show or to blackmail NLC?
No, what else do you expect from people without credibility? People without sincerity? The truth is that Abure was never elected Labour Party chairman.
He was not elected?
He was never elected. Rather, he was elected as deputy secretary of the party. There was another chairman, and the chairman died. When the chairman died, the deputy, Madam Lebeke, took over. Well, will I call it magic or whatever that took place? Abure found himself to be acting chairman to complete the tenure of the late chairman. So the course of completing the tenure of the late chairman along the line, the word acting, he removed the word acting. Ordinarily ought to have left as at last year. But he did another magic. Why I call it another magic? Because it's not the right thing, it's not acceptable. He got his so-called neck to extend his tenure to 1 year. That already expired last month, 10th of June. Now the issue is this. When this problem started, NLC went to court against Labour Party leadership. They had a consent judgment even before the emergence of Abure, Barrister Julius Abure. They went to court. Along the line, they settled out of court. The leadership then, they had a consent judgment. A consent judgment cannot be appealed against. There are terms that were stipulated, and that consent judgment defined it clearly that NLC founded, funded, raised Labour Party. Sometimes people wonder how come NLC trade union got involved in political party. It's not the first of its kind. In UK, in Australia, we have Workers' Party, we have Labour Party. And
like what is already about to take place in UK?
Was about to take place in UK, so this is not the first of its kind. Now look at it from the point that you are a traditional ruler, you set up a hospital, you're not a medical doctor, or anybody you set up a hospital, you're not a medical doctor, or maybe you gather your friends or your association, you set up a hospital, you're not a medical doctor, you employ people to run the medical doctor. Along the line, they're deviating from the principle upon which you set up the hospital. For God's sake, as a shareholder, you're not going to fold your arms and say, I'm not a medical doctor. Even if you're not a medical doctor, you are not entering inside the theater to perform surgeries and all that, but you understand what medical practice is all about. You understand what I'm saying? So definitely you will shout. You raise eyebrow. The doctors may be telling you, are you a medical doctor? It doesn't change the fact that you originated it. You a shareholder, you created it. And that's why best practices made it that there are shareholders and there are directors. It's not all cases that directors are shareholders. So if somebody is saying, how can NLC come in? No, NLC is a shareholder. They have every right and every left to get involved because the vision of forming Labour Party is being abused. That's why they're back again. So back along the line, they had a consent judgment and expected the party to implement it. The party failed to implement. And there was another problem. It got to the level INEC mediated into the problem. But before even that INEC mediation, INEC wrote to the party, implement the consent judgment, which the party failed to do. Now, the problem continued because NLC insisting through their political commission, this is not our vision. We do not want transactional politics or transactional party. We want a system whereby every worker can contest the election. Every worker can participate in politics. But you see, what is obtainable now? Is it 30,000 naira salary? that cannot buy a bag of rice? Is that what a worker can use to participate in politics? So it's against the vision. So the problem continues. So INEC now intervened and mediated, and they had a terms of settlement, of which Abure was a signatory, and the chairman of NLC then was a signatory. Most of the terms were never met, of which certain positions were to be filled, Board of Trustees inaugurated, and most importantly, all-inclusive, expansive Congress to convention must be conducted by the party. It was not done. Abure was hoping that maybe at expiration, because he knew that if you go into Congress or convention, he will never win. He will not come back. So he decided to play a trick of no convention, no Congress, so that at the end of the vacuum will be created, he will be asked to continue. But when it dawned on him that it would not work, he secretly did a drama that he called a convention at Nnewi.
What was the convention about?
To elect new leadership. That's why I called it a drama. I called it a drama in the sense that we all not new in Nigeria when it comes to convention. Before you talk about convention, you start with Congress from the world, the LGA, and state, and elect delegates that will come to the National Convention to vote. It was never done. National Convention is the highest law policy making institution of any political party. You cannot do it without announcement. You cannot do it in secret. So that's why INEC did not participate, and most leaders of the party did not participate, even in the Senate. And that's why the party leader, His Excellency Peter Obi, did not come, because he didn't meet the criteria. INEC did not participate because he didn't meet the criteria. It's no longer all-inclusive, all-expansive, of which we mediated. Now his tenure by all ramification, even his extension from last year to this year, was opposed. But for the interest of peace, he allowed it, so it has expired. Now the point is this: NLC asked two people to go and the High Court under the consent judgment asked two people to go and conduct all-expansive, all-inclusive Congress convention, and the first person in the line of charge, that is the party's National Working Committee, failed to do it. So it now behoves on the second party to go and obey the law of the court, because we don't want to be part of those that disobey the court. And that is why the NLC Political Commission with other stakeholders had a meeting on the 8th of April, because the software was coming in. They had another meeting on the 23rd of May, and now set up a transition committee and mandated them within 3 months to conduct all-inclusive, all-expansive Congress, convention, Congress, both from the world, LGA, states, then convention, and elect a stable leadership for the party. That's exactly, in summary, what is happening. So now, the NLC Political Commission, with other stakeholders, inaugurated the transition committee. Since Abure-led National Working Committee failed to do the right thing, go in and do the right thing and obey the court. That's, in summary, what is going on. Then Abure does not want to go. He wants to cling to the place to stay forever. So that's why there is, that's why there is problem.
Is he holding back because of the several allegations of embezzlement that was earlier, alleged to his office? Is he trying to hold back that position because of that, so that the party or the Labour stakeholders will not get to scrutinize to the end of the matter?
In Igbo land, there's an adage that says that those who sleep with the wives of soldiers wouldn't want the war to end.
Because it
shows a lot of the program? Yes. Do you understand? Those who sleep with the wife of soldiers wouldn't want war to end, so they remain there. So, just like people say he embezzled money. Yes. He wouldn't want to stop. He wouldn't want to go. If not, what else is he looking for? Will he remain there forever? What else is he looking for? And the tenure has expired. He wants to stay so that the same activity will continue.
Is he having support of apart from Apapa, is he having support of some other stakeholders?
Is it not the same Apapa that rejected him from the party office?
He gave him some allegations. But probably they are
the same Apapa went to court and came back and rejected him. He ran to NLC. And NLC said, no, we are facing presidential election. We cannot allow this to happen for now. So whatever is the problem, we have to keep it on hold. Nigeria is more important. We are running into election. We have litigations in the court. We need to save Nigeria first. Because the national anthem of the Labour Party is that we have decided to form a party, and we have decided on Labour Party. Why? To save Nigeria. So saving Nigeria is more important. That was why NLC, through the Political Commission, intervened when Abudo was chased out of the party office, because they considered that one more important. Now elections are all over. The party needs to be rebuilt. So your tenure, whatever you call tenure, because in actually you never had a tenure. So whatever grace given to you, they're all over. So you have to go, so that the party will be rebuilt. And he doesn't want to go. He wants to hold on with one type of magic or the other. Have you ever seen where a national party will be conducting a national convention without the World Congress, without AGA Congress, without the State Congress? How did the delegates emerge that voted? Do you handpick people to vote for you? Is that democracy? That's not democracy. You don't handpick those that will pick you. Have you ever seen in any national daily that where it was announced that the Labour Party was holding their convention on so date? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, of course. There are things, you see, there are factors, the process that differentiate election from selection. You understand what I'm saying?
And nominations is not by selection. It has to be people electing you.
Yes. So when INEC said that they're conducting an election, there are certain attributes, qualities that differentiate you from selection. You understand what I'm saying? Once those attributes, those qualities, those conditions are not being met, it's no longer an election. So don't expect INEC to support. That's the reason why INEC backed out. Before any election will take place in Nigeria, INEC will announce it publicly in national dailies, in national TVs, giving Nigerians opportunity to prepare. Even registration of voters is being announced so that people can go and register. Even time for election is being announced. Political parties are being communicated. So it's never done in secret. So you can't do a convention in secret. So he did those things thinking that he would hold on to power.
I mean, we are bothered because this is a party prior to 2023 election that had no, what we call structure. There was a move of structure and the emergence of Peter Obi in your party. And then we are concerned about many of the youth, young people of Nigeria had to believe in the Labour Party, the dreams and the vision and aspirations of the Labour Party. Are you not concerned about this issue might be destructive, to the moving forward of Labour Party? Because 2027 is again coming forward. And this show of drama might be deteriorating to a lot of young people. Because if you look at what is already playing out in the Edo, it's also a case study.
That's exactly the reason why professionals like us decided to say, we are not going to keep quiet. We are going to come in and get this problem solved. If we fold our arms, the problem remains there. And Nigeria is suffering. All of us are suffering. We have to save this country. The truth is that democracy is about the people. The power belongs to the people. That is why the people came together and decided to elect the president of their choice, the president that will serve them. They want to make a king that will be loyal to them. That is what P2B, Labour movement, whatever, obedient is all about. Let's make a president that will owe us allegiance. Let's make a president that didn't buy us, so that when we talk, he will listen. That's exactly what happened. And they knew by the nature of P2B, when P2B stepped into that place, P2B doesn't owe allegiance to any other person except Nigerians that place him there. And that's what would have played out.
And that's integrity. What is really playing out? Can you really say that we have men of integrity? Or it seems to Nigerians that we're having opportunists who are just waiting to get? Because if you look at what is happening in the National Assembly, and several positions that the B movement brought some person to power, well, some people are disappointed. I might tell you some facts. Because it seems there were just people who were waiting for opportunity to get into power. What is also playing in your party, some persons backing Abure's selfish interests, allegedly, it also means that we're having people who are just opportunists who are waiting to get Nigeria's forward as well. Are we not concerned?
Let me tell you the truth. If our Lord Jesus Christ should come back today, or Holy Prophet of Islam, peace be unto him, should come back today to run an election in Nigeria, I'm just making an assumption. Believe me, the criminals will not find it funny with them. They will fight them to a standstill. So if P2B is experiencing oppositions, if Nigerians are experiencing opposition, it's normal thing. So the best way is for we Nigerians who believe in this country, who want things to be better for everybody, to institutionalize good governance. That is the solution. We must install good governance in this country. We need a president that is answerable to us. When we shout, he keeps quiet and listens to us. Not a president that will say we do not matter. We want a president that will listen to us. By his character, by his conduct, we will be able to say this is possible. Let me give you an instance. You see, if you do not womanize and you become president, definitely there will be no prostitute in government house. If you do not take alcohol and you become president or governor, there's no way you will use government money to go and buy Hennessy to entertain people in government house. This is our natural character. We don't need you to preach those things to us. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We know antecedent of Peter Obi. We know his life. That's why we supported him. Now, that's why we say we are not going to keep quiet. Because if we keep quiet, we'll suffer it. Our children will suffer it. Our grandchildren will suffer it. That's why we are now here to say, let's rescue Labour Party, the Workers' Party. And let me tell you, Labour Party is not just about NLC. It's about every worker. Every worker that pay tax, every worker that believe in this country is their party. Both those who are registered with NLC, those who are not registered with NLC, but it's their party. That is why I'm telling every worker in Nigeria, whether retired, whether is present, whether in private sector, whether in public sector, come and join hands, let's save Labour Party. It's your party. Thank God NLC has done it for us. It's now our own opportunity to join, so that people will no longer be protesting for minimum wage. This time is a government that will prioritize the people. And things will be better.
Right. Everyone, we'll go on the break, and once we return, we'll be looking at the composition of the transition committee, which you belong as a secretary, because it may also seem some persons are not satisfied on how the composition of that membership. We'll also look at that, and also look at issues of minimum wage, where NLC are still pressing demand, likely on the state of the nation. We'll go on the break, and once we return, we'll talk on that issue. To stay with us.
Hello, children. Gather around, let me tell you a story.
Do you know that stories have a way of captivating the minds of children, bringing fun and imagination to teach them morals? Join Sharon Ajay as she takes you to explore the thrilling and exciting world of storytelling.
I'll be sharing with you our next interesting story.
Tune in every Saturday on Global Television, time 5:30 p.m.
Is the desk on Global Television.
Nigeria. Come join Anthony Momodu on television's most compelling and facts-finding talk live show.
We are the Palestinians. We are the because
that this country gets it right.
It's the Dex on Global Television, where we analyze and dissect storming issues and commentaries in the world's biggest black nation, Nigeria.
Who is being held accountable for this money?
The eyes have it.
We stay and decide policies and reforms on the Dex. Tune in Mondays to Fridays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Global Television. Let's stay on the Dex.
Global Morning.
All right, so we're still having the secretary of the transition committee set up by NLC.
Political Commission.
The NLC Political Commission.
That's the political arm
of the NLC, set up to intervene in the areas of convention and to conduct subsequent elections and Congress. And we'll look at the composition of these members, because sometimes we've also had, where some party members kicking against how, the body or the members were selected. Talk about the composition of your membership.
Yeah, the chairman of the NLC Political Commission set up transition committee. The chairman.
So under NLC we have
a political commission.
Political commission.
Yes, it's not.
That handles the affairs of politics.
In the yes.
From NLC.
Yes, there's political side of, even in the church. There's political aspect of the church, even in any business.
And that was how your party was founded.
That's how the party was founded. That's
so
why it was.
People want to take over your party.
The political commission wants to restore the party for Nigerian workers. You see, when you say take over the party, it looks as if the NLC want to run an election. The NLC is not interested in an election. You understand what I'm trying to say? This is purely the political arm. And they have branches in 36 states of the Federation, including Abuja. It didn't start today. It started from the onset when this, was set up, yes. Now, you talked about the composition of the political commission. Like I said, the chairman is Comrade Abdul Wahid Ibrahim Omar. Yeah, he's from the north, Katsina, and from Imo State. We have other members of the committee from many states of the Federation. I can tell you, let me say, from all the 6 geopolitical zones, we have membership. We also have subcommittees. But the interesting part is this is not a permanent appointment. They have a short period of time.
To deliver. If not because of some of these delays, by now would have been the news, the advert, the publications for the program would have been out. So when we now go into the proper Congress, delegates will emerge from the 36 states of the Federation, including Abuja. They will all converge in Abuja here and elect the leader of their choice from any of the 36 states of the Federation, including Abuja, and elect other officers of their choice that will now lead the party up to the next 4 years. If there's any complaint of membership of the transition committee, I'm yet to hear about it. And the point is this: there are activities that we're supposed to do even before the election, before the Congress and the convention. So there are other areas other people will also participate. It's not only this committee will be able to conduct in the 36 states of the Federation. No, it's not possible. More hands will come in. The only thing that we are being bogged down by this distraction of expired tenure of Abure that refused to go. So, but to the best of my knowledge, there's no problem within the transition committee. Now, because I had earlier asked the issues of your representation.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with the representation of the persons we've had from Labour Party, but at the National Assembly and all the other
I didn't get you right. Come again.
Are you satisfied with the representation of Labour Party? I mean, candidate from Labour Party we have in the National Assembly now, who are senators, who are House of Reps members.
What do you mean by am I satisfied?
With their performance. Because when you look at what defines your party, we expected that, from the National Assembly, some of the impact, Nigerians expected a different, fresh air of approaches to many issues.
Yes.
There's the issues where, for instance, SUVs was distributed to senators and House of Reps members, but we didn't have any rejection from your members.
You see,
because they think the change starts from there.
Yes, that is the issue. When you're starting a change or a revolution, it starts gradually. Nigeria did not degenerate overnight to come to this level where we are now. It started gradually. And the funny thing is that when people who are witnesses to revolution are witnessing revolution, they hardly realize that this is revolution they are passing through. It's only when they turn and look back, they'll say, how did it happen? Sometimes when we talk about during Abacha's tenure, the people of today, young man of 20, 21 years will say, could it be possible? Was it possible? Did it happen? But many of us witness this as a daily life. I can tell you the revolution has started. The Labour Party has started the revolution. Don't expect it overnight to get to that destination you're expecting. It's gradually, but I can tell you, we are now on it to do the right thing.
It's a moving trend.
It's a moving train, but faster than train. For the first time, the revolution Labour Party did last year was shocking. Say no structure. Say it's all about human. It's all about we Nigerians. You know we Nigerians. So let's see the structure that is bigger. We Nigerians. Who own the country? Who own the democracy? It's all about we Nigerians, and we did it. So what I'm explaining to you, that's why people like me are now involved. That's why we put on hold to our personal businesses, because me too, I'm a professional. I am a professional. I have a visible and assured means of livelihood, and I'm tax compliant. So for me to have said no, hold on, let's go and rescue the country. Let me go and play my role. Let me go and contribute, just like we did in those days in Imo Airport, when we were trying to build airport in Imo State. We see even those that couldn't donate money, they went to airport and did some job and without being paid, but they made input. In 1987, when I was in secondary school, late Air Commodore Kezebo came to launch Grasshopper Stadium in Imo State. I donated 70 naira as a student because I wanted it to be done. So it's part of the contribution. But I can tell you, the issue of SUV, let it not deceive you. Our honorable members that have started the revolution, it's not easy to change the situation overnight. And we don't want them to do something that will look as if they're sabotaging other members. You see, they're working on both the psyche, the mentality of other members and all the rest. When you come close to them, you will not come to realize what really happened in that SUV. You know, for you to be able to change the system, you have to come in. That's exactly what they're doing. But I can tell you the change is ongoing. Yes.
Yesterday, the FCT threatened, the FCT minister threatened your senator that, you know, we are looking for 2027. Let's see how you emerge. Is that a threat to Labour Party? Because it looks that your party still may not be able to contend with Wike.
Is Wike registered to vote in Abuja? Is Wike among the people that will vote in Abuja? Even Wike registered to vote in Abuja, it will be one vote. Is it one vote that made Senator Reti, the senator representing Abuja? Wike is saying his own side of the story, his own mindset. We are not bothered. It's the people that will decide. Buhari was living in Abuja, and Abuja people decided the party that will represent them. And it happened. We are not bothered. What do you expect? You expect people like Wike to be happy, to see people's choice against his desire? Wike will react. We hold no grudges against him. That's his own personal opinion. What matters is that the people of Abuja are happy with his Senator Kingibe. And if Senator Kingibe is coming back, we will vote her back because Senator Kingibe did not buy that seat with our money. And she owes allegiance to Abuja people she's representing, not Wike. As long as Abuja is happy and pleased with Senator Kingibe, she has done her job. She doesn't need to please Wike. She only needs to please the Abuja people that sent her there. And as long as she's answerable to Abuja people, she's a very good senator. So
you're not bothered by that statement?
That's personal opinion.
Labor political structure and
why should
because
we be
it's not
bothered?
just indicting the senator, it's also indicting your party.
Wike is a citizen of Nigeria. He expressed his own opinion. Why should I lose sleep?
Okay, because he wasn't here in 2023 election, so you are not bothered.
If the next election is coming to 2027, like I told you, Wike did not elect the senator. The senator is not answerable to Wike. Whatever Wike said is his own opinion, not the opinion of Abuja people. If you are telling me that Abuja people probably they held referendum and said that they are not happy with Kingibe, then I'll be concerned. I'll be worried because they sent her there. So why should I worry about Wike's opinion? That's his own opinion. If I thought he's registered to vote in Abuja, even if he's registered in Abuja, it's only one vote, which is not even up to 1% of the Abuja voting strength. So I'm not bothered, I'm not disturbed, I will not lose sleep about that. And Labour Party will not lose sleep about the comment of Wike. Yeah.
How about this issue of minimum wage? Because it seems it's also contributing to the strength of labor. Because when you look at what states are saying, we can't pay 2,000. It therefore means that they are trying to drag the state governors to join fights with Labour and the federal government. To you, does it look that we'll be having an unending fight to all of this agitation? Well, that's when the front burner of Labour as well.
Yes, we are fully in support of Labour. I'll tell you the reason. Personally, I'm in support of Labour. I'll tell you the reason. Do you know why you have crimes in Nigeria? Frustration. If you lose your job, if you can't pay your worker very well, you cannot command his loyalty. Do you know that? And when somebody is working, he cannot take care of his responsibilities or her responsibility, he'll start stealing. He'll start abandoning the job, looking for alternative, and the system suffers. Before you know it, the person will turn to criminality. Only God knows who will be the next victim when that person turns to criminality. It continues multiplying. So the best thing, let's pay them well to reduce criminality, because many people that are involved in crimes out of frustration, difficulty, and hopelessness. That is number one. Now let's face a reality. You want to pay a worker 60,000 naira. What is the value of 60,000 naira? What's the purchasing power of 60,000 naira? A 4-liter custard container of beans is now 8 to 10,000 naira. How much is rent in Abuja? That man with 2, 3, 4 kids, how does he pay rent? How does he take care of his medicals? How does he feed the family? For 1 month, transport himself to the place of work. And other responsibilities, clothe his family himself. My brother, it's not possible. Where is the money from the proceed of removal of subsidy? Are we afraid to speak out? For God's sake, this is our country. Pay them so they can command their allegiance. Pay them so they can command their loyalty. Pay them and reduce criminality. That's what NLC is talking about. It's not about NLC president. It's not his sole decision. It's not about him. It's not about
economic reality as
yes, economic reality. You understand what I'm saying? That's economic reality. And I can tell you, most times we misplace our priority. If you can't pay them, NLC say, look at it this way. If you cannot be able to pay them, reduce the price of fuel, reduce the price of electricity, or else people continue going into criminality. Nobody knows who will be victim. That's another side to it. So one of the ways to find criminals, don't wait for people to commit crime, you arrest them and put them in jail. How about their victims? So one of the ways to stop it is that when you pay people very well, and they realize that stealing will make them lose their job. And when they lose their job, it will be very, very difficult to get their income. They will be loyal. It will reduce the rate. They will try to steal from the system that is paying them. They will not abandon their job because they know that if they lose their job, they have lost so many. A situation whereby money you are being paid from the office where you work cannot serve you a week. There's no way you will listen to your boss. You will abandon the job to go and do another thing. You understand what I'm trying to say? So absolutely. I support NLC. But you see, it's all about dialogue, like NLC has always followed. We are dialoguing. They're doing it. Yes, I believe in dialogue. But let's be realistic. It's not about NLC. It's about Nigerians. If your brother, your relations are not feeding well, then you are not safe. There's no peace with you. So you understand that's a problem. So we must find out the ways we're going to reduce criminality in Nigeria to a large extent, make people comfortable. That is why in developed countries, even when you are not working, government pay you a certain amount of money to lift you out of frustration that force you into criminality. That is it. If you can't lift those people out of the criminality, out of that level that will land them in criminality, then nobody is safe. That's a reality. So I encourage you, the media people, support NLC. It's all about Nigerians.
We are doing that. We are doing that. All right. Finally, does it look like your committee will be able to manage some of these issues with the Labour political crisis right now, moving ahead? Because the party is promising. The movement, as you said, is already moving and is starting. So it therefore means that there should be a mechanism to still manage the distractions, the pressure, and the whole political drama. Does it look like something that will be resolved very soon to have a way forward for Nigeria? Because sometimes some Nigerians believe in the goals and aspirations of Labour, even when the fact that some people are saying that we are obedient movement and we are not members of Labour Party.
I believe that the problem will be resolved. If I do not believe in it, I will not be here. I believe it will be resolved. You know, it takes greater energy to put a body in motion and less energy to keep it moving. We are determined. You see, the misconception about people with what we are doing is that we are law-abiding. We like following the law, the procedure. If we should mobilize, if it's an issue of show of force, for God's sake, you know what?
So you have numbers more than what Abure had mobilized at the Secretariat?
Now let me tell you.
Because the chairman says so.
You know,
Abure cannot mobilize.
They can't. I'll tell you why. If we allow the state, the whole Nigeria will burn. Let me give you a little statistics, how it plays out. All the state chairman LGAs in Nigeria being appointed in Labour Party. None of them elected. Now, he had understanding with them. You support me, remain in office. I support you, remain in office. There is one chairman per local government. You understand? And you can't tell, there's no local government in Nigeria where you don't have more than 1,000, at least, members of Labour Party. Now, a situation whereby the LGA working committee probably say that 20 in number or 15 in number or 24 or let's say 30 in number, they want to remain in the office. Don't you think the other over 900 members are interested in that their position? How can they get in there if there's no Congress? How would they get in there if there's no Congress? So they want the Congress. They want us to do. They want us to tell them, go and act. You say no. Don't destroy the house because it belongs to us. Don't destroy it. We are the ones calming them down. Left for them, they want all these people to be chased away by force, by fire, by force.
What is happening in River?
Because they're interested. They're interested in, they want to contest. They want to be AGA chairman. They want to be world chairman. They want to be state executive. How would they come in if there is no Congress? You understand the point? Now we don't have board of trustees. If there's no convention, the people that are entitled to be members of the board of trustees, how can they come in? There are people that have made contributions into the party. I can tell you, like, for instance, in Imo State, somebody donated his house for over 1 year now, Labour Party is using. You think those people do not deserve recognition? How can they be recognized? Is it a personal recognition? The party needs to recognize them at the national level. And that's where the convention comes in. You think those people that are making those sacrifices, they wouldn't want to be recognized? So you now see that the majority of Labour Party in Nigeria want the Congress to hold because they're interested in those positions. Instead of one person under appointment to remain in one office forever. Now that is point one. Now point two. Our National Assembly members, they know the real truth. Even things I'm not going to mention here. They know the implication of the crisis continuing. We do not expect them to come to the street, They're honorable members because we say that our leaders say that for you to be an honorable member, the procedure must be honorable. That's why we are following the genuine procedure. We have more people in majority. So if we are to mobilize, believe me, we can mobilize hundreds of thousands to besiege that party without one thug. You look at the clips you played. All the people that came on us, and none of them were thugs. They're responsible people.
Armless.
Yes. We didn't come with war. We invited the police. We invited press. You cannot be going to cause problem and be inviting police, be inviting press. You cannot do that. I want to say. So because we believe in procedure, we believe in rule of law. And believe me, we are going to follow that rule of law. We are going to follow that legal proceedings. And we are going to achieve it. And people who brandish fake party constitution, I tell them this. Nigerian law is superior to party constitution. That's a judgment of Federal High Court based on Nigerian Constitution that supersedes, because we have had so many constitutions. Even this 2024, there's a version of Constitution they produced, which is different from the one of 2019. But we are saying there's a subsisting court order that must be obeyed. And by the time we produce convention through delegates, all these problems will be solved. We stay aside, we have a regular leadership. If you now want to come and contest election, you don't need to come and meet the chairman. You don't need to meet him to give you more, to give him money for your name to be uploaded in INEC. There's a committee that when you do that without even knowing who is the party chairman is. In fact, the party will even support you. From the money realized from the sale of forms, parties should be able to support their candidates. When those candidates enter office, they pay allegiance to the party. That's the way it should be. So there is hope. We are going to do it, but we're going to do it in accordance with the law of Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Right.
Yes.
Rounding up, what's the final words to Nigerians who believe in Labour Party, and with the recent events that is already playing out, what should be their take-home from this conversation we're having tonight, moving forward for Nigerians?
I'll tell Nigerians not to lose hope. We are going to solve the problem. And also tell Nigerians not to sit by the fence. We all must be involved because this country belongs to all of us. We're not going to stay on the fence. We have to join. We have to contribute. Labour Party is about Nigerian workers, about Nigerians, including the media people, including every tax-paying Nigerian. Labour Party belongs to all of you. It's not about one man who wants to perpetuate himself in the office because of his personal gain and things he gains. If the sacrifice of one man will bring peace and save majority of millions of over 6 million Labour Party members, then it's not a bad decision. So I'm asking Nigerians not to lose hope. We are going to follow the law, the procedure, and we're going to achieve the positive result of building a strong party that will belong to Nigerians. Yes.
Thank you, Comrade Wawa, the Secretary, Labour Transition Committee, for your contributions, thoughts, and of course your concern about the affairs of labour. We are also concerned because many Nigerians, as you say, who've been speaking and interacting with them, they want the new chair. I mean, they want something different from what we've been having from other political parties. And there's a need to go back and fix your house because a house that is divided cannot stand.
And now let me tell you something again. The new Labour Party that is going to emerge, the new Labour Party that will emerge after this problem, we are going to do something that no political party in Nigeria has ever done before. But the most important thing that we're going to do it because of Nigerians. We are going to set up a system whereby elected members will realize that their seat, they didn't buy it with their money. And all the allegiance goes to the people. We're going to do something different by the grace of God. That's the take home I want to tell every Nigerian that is watching this program.
Politics is a serious business. You have to get involved because if you do not get involved, it has a way of also affecting you. And that's, of course, a concern we have in these conversations on a program, Big Talk. Thanks for joining us tonight where we were examining the affairs and the political development in Labour Party. We're looking forward to see the stability and the way forward for Labour Party for the betterment of this country, Nigeria. Thanks so much. Well, welcome, Red Secretary of the Labour Transition Committee, for your time and, of course, contribution on the program tonight. And that's where we wrap it up here till tomorrow, where we'll be taking a look at other political issues in the country. My name is Edika Michael. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you.